Hey everyone, welcome to Author Talks. My name is Summer and I'm a CER at Indigo's Coles location at the Penn Center. Recently, I had the chance to interview Darcy Patrick, author of Why I Run. We chatted about life, his most recent book, and what's in the works. Here's how it went. All right. So I guess I would just start with just asking you to tell me a little bit about yourself and your writing journey as well.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Darcy Patrick. I am an author. I am a public speaker. I am a mental health peer support worker at St. Joe's Hospital on West 5th. And so far, I've published 5 books that are written about my life and my struggles with getting over depression, anxiety. So I started writing as part of my therapy for depression in 2013. And I was handing in homework every week. And one day my therapist asked me she didn't ask me, she told me that I should write a book and that I was a natural writer. And if I wrote a book, I could help thousands of people who struggle with depression and mental health issues because I wasn't a doctor, I wasn't a therapist. So I jumped in and I wrote my first book, Why I Run, in 2016. And I followed it up with creative writing for the mind, body, and soul. Which teaches everything from why I run in a journaling type format so people can use my tools. And I then came out with my guided meditation, using meditation as a therapeutic tool to focus your overactive mind. The one thing that I thought was hippie trippy bullcrap when it was introduced to me in therapy turned out to be the cornerstone to my recovery. And when COVID-19 came, I was sidelined. And I was stuck at home. And what a better time than to write The Big Let Go, letting go of control is taking control. And then this year, I published my 5th book, which is Managing Wellness, Creating and Maintaining a Mind, Body, and Soul Connection.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about your latest book? I think it was in February that it came out, right?
Yeah, it came out February 25th. Yeah. Which is the Managing Wellness book. And so it goes through simple things that you can learn to apply in your life, such as like falling in love with your breath. The whole book kind of centers in on finding a balance between your mind, body, and soul. So when we feed our mind, then it can flow into the other parts. And if we feed our body, it can flow into the other parts. But at the same time, if something is hurt physically or emotionally, it also throws that balance off. So it talks about creating care plans for yourself, gives mindfulness exercises, meditations that you can practice by yourself, with the whole goal of creating this bond that I thought would never exist in my entire life and turn me into a stronger and what I like to call emotionally aware man.
No, I like that. Who would benefit the most, do you think, from reading your books or doing these practices?
Everyone. I mean, I think everyone needs to be more mindful, and mindfulness has kind of become a buzzword recently, but people don't actually know what it actually means to be mindful. And it just means to be living in that present moment, not stuck in the past, not worrying about the future, but just enjoying your life. And I think that everyone, whether they struggle with mental health issues or not, deserves to enjoy their life.
No, for sure. So out of the 5 books that you've written, is there one that you're more attached to, I guess, than the other? Would it be your first book? Because that's like your baby?
I think that my greatest work was The Big Let Go, because I was writing it during a time when a lot of people needed to learn to let go of a lot of things because the pandemic came and it was like forced isolation. And so for me, writing that book really tested my inner strength and my ability to use the tools that I was using, right? Like radical acceptance, forgiveness, all of these things that are in The Big Let Go. I really had to dig deep when I wrote about it and to give examples because it was so meaningful. My newest book, Managing Wellness, was kind of a surprise book that I started writing when I started working at St. Joe's as a peer support worker. But The Big Let Go, I think, is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you working on anything else right now? Or you're just kind of, because I know your other one just came out, but is there something in the works?
I'm working on, because of the health issues I've had starting in 2022, I was hospitalized for over a month and had a bacterial infection attack my spine. And I now have like 8 screws and 2 rods holding me together.
Wow.
So this new book is called Personal Growth. And I'm about 10,000 words in. And it's going to be kind of a book unlike my first 5.
Awesome. And then I guess my last question today is just, what advice do you have for aspiring either young authors or someone who wants to share their story?
Don't let anybody stop you. I was a 55% student through high school, through grade school. I went to school for music. I was a musician for 28 years. I never had good grades. And I thought very little of myself until I started actually writing and believing in myself. So don't let anybody stop you from following your dream of being an author. Write because you love it and turn it into what you want it to be. And don't judge yourself in any way. Just do it and people will love it. If it's honest and it's from your heart, people will know and they'll fall in love with your work.
Awesome. Thanks. Well, that was great. I love that. Thank you so much. And thank you for doing this with us. I'm really excited.